Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, and happy Super Bowl Sunday for those of you who like and love football. I'm going to wait for a couple minutes to see if we get a little bit of an audience. I know this is not really the greatest day to be doing a Super Bowl. A live, but anyway, just want to talk to some of you guys real quick about what's going on. And, the information that we come out with is oftentimes a little bit pertinent, and we should pay attention to it. I'm not going to be long, I promise, today. I just want to get some quick information out to you. So just let's give it a minute. Let's see who chimes in, and see if we can get a decent audience to put everything through. But anyway, I want to shout out to my boy Manhattanville Depot, late Nate Lloyd. Happy birthday! Birthday bash was very nice, very nice. Your wife did her thing for you. All right. Anyway, let's get started. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about the bus thefts that's been going on in the depots, and we're very aware that they've captured an individual for stealing the buses, and they're gonna probably charge this individual with grand larceny. Probably more so because of the publicity that it's gotten, but we have to be mindful that we really don't want to hurt our youth. We want to be more on the educational level of our youth, and we, when we was younger, we all did stupid things, and we should recall when we did those stupid things, so we don't have to be looking at things as a punitive measure all the time. I personally don't necessarily support jail time or any type of record for the young folks who is going through the system right now. Because later on they're gonna wisen up, and they're going to want to get a job, and this is going to mark their ability to get a job. So, we need to think about that. But anyway, the response that management has been given to the bus thefts seems more in tune to punitive measures to our bus operators. And we have to be very mindful of that and go back to the policy on securing the buses. Especially, I ran into a situation the week before last where in Manhattanville Depot there was several buses that was parked on 133rd Street and 12th Avenue. And the whole reasoning behind that is because the dispatcher didn't want to hire someone to pull up the buses. Now, why would the depot need someone to pull up the buses in the first place if you didn't need a shifting trip? Now, we all realize that from time to time, management will go and cut shifting and saying that they don't need it, but the truth of the matter is they do need the shifting, and the fact that they cut listen, just hear me out here. They cut shifting. They cut security where they didn't have security forces at 12th Avenue or the side of 133rd Street 24 hours. So anything could be happening in a lot of locations. So management's response now is we're going to get 24-hour places where you didn't have 24-hour security. You're going to get it now. However, if you leave your bus out there in the street unsecured, they're going to have the Eagle team, which is responsible essentially for going out there and making sure that people pay their fare on SBS routes, but they're going to come and make sure that you're securing your bus. And if you have left your bus and you didn't secure the bus and you didn't call it in, they're going to have someone come in and drive the bus away, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble for that. So I want you to be very mindful and aware that we can't leave the buses out there. We have to secure our buses, and any pull-ins, whether it's on your swing or if you're pulling in for the day, you cannot leave your bus on the street. You must see that bus is pulled in the garage. Now, people who are getting relieved on the road, who at times leave the bus until the person come up the block to get the bus, don't do that anymore. Now, in addition to all of that, you have you have a policy that you're supposed to do. It's called a post-trip inspection. Now, before you pull that bus in the garage for the night, make sure that you get up out your seat and you post-trip your bus. Now, you're supposed to do that after every trip anyway, but just make sure that you do it, especially when you pull in. All right, make sure that nobody on your bus where you can pull a bus in and then there's a problem. So they're going to try to start using policies against the bus operators. And remember, we do a lot to try to keep this system running. We go down early. We may go out to get a cup of coffee when we're going out early, and then boom, they're going to start attacking us with leaving the bus unprotected. So keep that in mind. Moving on, bus operators, you got to be aware of our work that's in the depots. Now, sometimes we don't pay attention to it. Once we finish for the day, we finish for the day. We don't even want to be bothered no more. But what I'm being told when I'm going around in the field, and I'm being told that managers are starting to drive our buses around in the depots. And that's a shifter's job. If you, for whatever reason, run into a manager who's shifting our buses, take a picture of him. You could send it anonymously. As long as one of the union reps have a picture, we'll have it addressed. We can file a grievance against them for our work and force them to put work where work needs to be. All right. This comes in light of a rumor that was started. Now, we don't know how much of a rumor it really was, but in Michael J. Quill Depot, it was some talk that they was going to have maintenance personnel moving the buses around to try to make AM service and cut shifting back. So, we addressed that issue. Management said that it wasn't factual. So, I don't take management at his word, but I'll be watching it. But in the meantime, we let our brothers know in maintenance what was going on, so they're on alert as well. So they're not gonna do anybody else's job, as we're not gonna do their job. And this is why I'm gonna go into cleaning of buses. Sometimes bus operators may want to clean their buses before they pull out. I'm encouraging you not to do that. And the reason why we shouldn't be doing that is because that is somebody else's job. It's a maintainer's job. So if you have a dirty bus, just kindly maybe pull somebody's coat in maintenance, preferably the union, so they can get someone to clean that bus from maintenance. All right. And I want just some reminders about medical revisits. And I'm only bringing this up because a member came to me and asked me to say this, because it was a member who had a medical revisit, and they went directly to the MAC Center, not knowing that they had a first half to do. And they charged them AWOL. And what I want to just give you a reminder that even though you have a medical revisit, depending on how early you come in for the day, you may still have to do a first half on the run. So make sure that you're out there and you do your work, and then you go and you'll get properly relieved, or at your swing you'll get the proper information and go down to the MAC Center And if you clear, if you're full work after that point, then you'll go make your relief at some point after all the contract parameters are followed, such as a meal and so on and so forth. Moving on, I want the E1 and E2 policy. This is the drug policy. It's in our contract. It's also the Transit Authority's drug policy. And what it is if you get a first time positive, the E1 and E2 explains what that policy is. But it's very important for you to know if and this is like a caution for anyone who wants to try drugs for whatever reason. Some people they want to try things out for maybe a sexual advantage, such as cocaine, or they want to feel smooth, such as weed. In this job, it ain't worth it. All right. Now, if you've used any of these drugs and you turn around and you get into an accident and you have injuries on your bus, that's an automatic termination, right? So, in order for us to go and do something about that, because arbitration is not the answer for you, because all the arbitrator is going to do is go to what the policy is. So what we need to do is go to a high level manager just to get you another chance. And then then that's gonna at that point that's gonna depend on how much time you actually have on this job, and if they feel you're worth saving. And I'm gonna tell you, 4 or 5 years on the job is not cutting it once you violate the E1 and E2 policy with an accident and injuries. All right, so I just want you to be very mindful of that. Also, and I'm gonna close on this. This is not, like I said, it's not a long one today. I want to let everybody know, especially in the MAPSTOA division, Manhattan division of MAPSTOA, and I'm pretty sure the Bronx chair wouldn't mind me saying it, but the division chairman the division chairman and the division committee, which is anybody who's a divisional vice chair. Those are the people who run the affairs of the division. So if you got an issue, such as a complaint, such as an issue with management, whatever the case may be, you should follow the protocol. Go to your union chairman first in the depot, and if you don't get no resolution that way, then you go to your respective division chairman. And then if you don't get no resolution that way, then by all means you go to your vice president. But do go to your division chairman first, who runs the affairs of the division. All right. Now, with that being said, I will be answering any questions you may have offline. And for those who, Alex, I just want to Alexander Kemp, what's up, brother? Tim, what's up, my brother? Age Day, what's going on? Matter of fact, what's up to everybody? William Caladro, Mateus, Focus, what's up, everybody? Anyway, y'all be good, be well, and I'm rooting for the Patriots. I go with old school and experience. Anyway, be safe, guys.